Welcome to qualifying here in Belgium, where the cars will shortly be going out on track and trying to set the fastest lap time on the wonderful Spa circuit. Spa is always a difficult track to predict who will do well at, but after the last few years, it's been a mix of Red Bull, McLaren and Ferrari drivers that have excelled.
Well, Ferrari have had 16 wins here over the years, but today I'd probably give the advantage to Red Bull. They're always able to pull off something special here.
Hey there guys, it's Tom and welcome back to a brand new video, and this is round number 11 of my F1 2015 Championship, and we're here at Spa-Francorchamps, and it's actually my favourite track on the calendar, and it's one that I'm really looking forward to, and definitely right up there with Monaco. I really do like this track, and I can't wait because it's actually incredibly fun in this game. So we're here in qualifying. As per usual, we're doing our one qualifying lap, and we've got a couple of minutes left in the session, so we're going to try and make this lap count. As we come into the first corner, into La Source, down to second gear, we actually got on the grass a bit under braking, which affected our corner line a bit, and we get a bit of a shaky exit, but not too bad, pretty tidy so far through turn 1, as now we plummet downhill into the infamous Eau Rouge corner. This is where you take a breath, you keep it completely flat, and you just go for it, and we actually go on the grass a bit, which actually reduces our speed just a tad through the hill as we open up the DRS now. And all the way down this Channel straight, we've got to try and see if we can try and max out of our speed as we slow it all down at the 100-meter board for Les Combes, which is this right-left section, and then the next corner, which is called Malmedy, I believe, through fourth gear. Don't run out too wide, just about keep it on the AstroTurf there. And you want to slow it all down for turn 8, down to Rivage, down to third gear. The most understeeriest corner around this track, it just off camber, it just doesn't stick for you. You just got to keep it in there as we go through turn 9, the corner with no name. Went out a little bit too wide onto the curb, but here we are plummeting downhill into the brilliant Pouhon corner here, taking a lot of speed into the corner in sixth gear, getting right onto the outside curb without running out wide and extending. And so far it's been a pretty nice lap as we go through the Fagnes chicane, this right-left combo, and this is part number 2 of the Fagnes chicane, and we actually get a really nice run through here as we now approach Stavelot corner, and down to third gear, hitting the apex beautifully there, not running out too wide onto the curb, and we're 1.3 down on Lewis Hamilton. So this lap's been actually a bit of a shocking lap, to be honest, and we're going to see if we can try and claw it back in the final sector. And here we are then approaching Blanchimont, which is coming up now, completely flattened this car in 8th gear. We're getting on the curb a bit, you probably want to try and avoid that, as now we approach the infamous bus stop corner, 100-meter board, slow it all down to second gear, hits the apex nicely there, then flick it left for the second part after the bus stop, and then try and get a clean track, can open up DRS, and as we come across the line, we're going to get third place, and only a 10th off of Lewis Hamilton, so that was a mighty final sector from us, unless the AI were maybe a bit glitched, but overall, a very good qualifying lap there, and that sets us up really nicely for the race around the track, where I'm expecting the Mercedes to dominate due to their straight line speed and engine power, but nevertheless, it's been a successful qualifying here in Spa, and we're going to jump into the race, and we're going to see how we get on here in Belgium.
What a session it's been for Mercedes today. They've locked the front row of the grid for tomorrow's race.
It's been a great session for the team. They've really been pushing hard to make this happen, and their hard work has been rewarded.
It's Sunday, and that means it's race time here in Spa. As the cars are being prepared, let's join them trackside for the start. On pole today is Lewis Hamilton. The Mercedes was dominant during qualifying, and with the power unit advantage, well, you just can't see anybody challenging for that race win today.
When we spoke to him earlier, he felt that this was a great opportunity to go on and win, but he knows he still has plenty of work to do. Anything can happen in the race, so you have to keep your feet on the ground until you take the checkered flag.
Nico won the last race with a performance that Toto Wolff called a drive of true class. He seems really at home in this Mercedes team, and it's from that platform that he's able to put in these great performances.
Nico certainly had the edge over Lewis last time out, and he'll want to put one over on his teammate again today. Don't underestimate the mind games that are going on between these pair as they battle it out for supremacy.
So here we are then, it's race day here at Spa-Francorchamps, and we're going to gear up to 5 red lights for the Belgian Grand Prix, and we are underway here, and we actually get a quite poor initial start, getting a lot of wheel spin, and the Kimi Raikkonen, Sebastian Vettel is going to pass us around the outside, but we're going to try and hold the inside. Vettel goes and just moves out of the way and lets us clean through, so we retake third place, and Vettel being very cautious, maybe a bit too cautious, as Massa and Bottas have also passed him at turn 1, so a very cautious start there from our teammate. And we got off quite lightly considering our start was really poor. off the line, and we're now going to try and see if we can try and hunt down the Mercedes ahead of us, because as you can see, they're already battling. They're going side by side into Raikkonen, and they've absolutely run away with it at the start of the race. They're going still side by side through Raikkonen here, and I think that's Rosberg who's come out on top, or not, I can't see, it's a bit too far back, but yeah, Hamilton actually come out on top, so Rosberg stayed in second place, as now we skip later on to lap number 5, and as you can see, we are not getting in the Mercedes. I skipped this particular part to compare it to the lap 1. As you can see on the minimap, they're still there, but we're not gaining. We're falling back quite rapidly, and it's not good signs for us. But one lap later, on lap number 6, as we come into the bus stop chicane, you'll see now Rosberg pulls into the pits for an early pit stop, so that could be a possible 2-stop here from the German driver, because it's a very close strategy around here. You can maybe split it into 2 stops, or just risk doing the 1, but one lap later his teammate Hamilton comes into the pits, so the Mercedes could well and truly be on a 2-stop strategy, and we're going to have to try and respond to that, because otherwise they're going to pull away. So one lap later, on lap 8, we're going to pit in to the pits, and we're going to respond to the undercut from both of the Mercedes and not lose too much time, as we take a nice easy entrance into the pit lane here, and hopefully we can have a good pit stop from the Ferrari crew, and not have no dramas at all, because we want to rejoin at least in 3rd place, so we don't have any issues, and we can try and continue and manage our race from there. As we come into our pit box here, and it's been a pretty good pit stop so far for 2.4, so good standard stuff there from the Ferrari boys, and we're going to see where we rejoin. We're currently down in P3 at the moment, but obviously turn 1, the way this pit exit is, favours us a bit, so we'll gain a little bit of time, and there we are rejoining in 3rd place, and we're going to lose the rear end, and we're going to go into the wall and lose the front wing out of the pit lane. So literally seconds after rejoining the tarmac, we've lost our front wing thanks to a massive amount of torque in this Ferrari engine. We just lost the rear end, so we're going to have to pit once again for our front wing. So we're going to struggle this lap, and we're going to be absolutely defenseless. As you saw, I cut a rouge completely. I got just no grip through the corner, and as you can see at the end of lap 9 now, we're down into P9, and we're going to pit for our second pit stop in 2 laps here, and not the sort of thing we wanted here at Spa. We let ourselves down massively, which is going to make the championship even more exciting, because the Mercedes are currently 1 and 2, which isn't good for us. But here we are, Ferrari crew getting back to work for the 2nd time in 2 laps, and another front wing for me, and it's not the first time this season this has happened to me, so not good stuff there. But we'll have to try and continue on nevertheless with 8.1 pit stop. We're going to go way down to 18th place, and I think it will be no more than 18th, because the Manos, I don't think they're going to overtake us. So we've got a bit of a comeback drive on our hands here at Spa, and we're going to see if we can try and just make this race a bit entertaining for us, because so far it has been incredibly dull. So here we are, skipping later on to the end of lap number 10. As you can see, we've got a couple of cars in the pits, and we've also got Jenson Button directly in front of us. So there's our target. As you see, we've got to 16th place for the time being, but we're going to come out side by side with Danny Kvyat, who's in the Red Bull, coming out of the pits there. We're going to manage to outpower him just before a Rouge and get ahead of him, and we're up at the P16, and that's two positions straight off the bat, and we're on the options, so we are going to have to stop once again, because even though I selected primes for some reason, the pit crew put me on options. But nevertheless, here we go, up the inside of Jenson Button at Pouon, and we're up into P15, and that is a really nice, good, clean overtake there on Jenson Button at Pouon. And as I was saying, we're on the options right now, so we're going to have to make another stop, and we've got to try and make these options count both now and after. So here we are on lap number 13, and we're behind a massive train of cars. I think it's held up by NASA, and we're going to try and go around the outside here of Daniel Ricciardo at turn number 8, and we're going to go clean around the outside and make a brilliant move on him there. And then now we're going to try and overtake Fernando Alonso, who's in 13th in McLaren, and we're actually going to get a nice run on him here, coming up the inside of Pouon. Yes, we do. We tap the back of Sergio Perez, lose the rear end, an absolute treat, but we managed to catch it, and we're up into P13. So after making the overtake on Alonso, we've still managed to make the overtake stick, and so far so good for us. And we're going to try and make some more overtakes here as we go through the Van chicane. Perez is going incredibly slow on them worn tyres, and we're just going to capitalise by going up the inside of the Stavlo corner there, and we're going to go up into P12, and it's a nice series of overtakes as now we go through Stavlo 2 down the back straight, and we're going to see if we can try and take Maldonado. We are running 1-1 wings this race, so we should be pretty rapid in a straight line. And as you can see, we've got a brilliant slipstream on Maldonado. We're going to go up the inside of Blanchimon here, and we're going to make the move on to 11th place. And can we get Felipe Nasr into the bus stop chicane? We're going to try and brake really late, lock up both front tyres, but we are going to dive it up the inside, and we are going to make the move up into P10 here. And that is a brilliant series of overtakes there, overtaking that entire train in 1 lap. So good action there from us, and definitely making the most of our soft tyres and not losing much time behind the traffic. And now lap 14, we are behind Carlos Sainz Jr. and we're going through Stavlo once again. He's going to go really slow, which is going to allow us to get alongside him, going through Stavlo too, and we're just going to go breeze up the inside and make a really easy move up into the 9th place, and we're back up into the points now. But remember, we do have to make another pit stop, so we'll see how that pans out. But as you can see, we got up into 8th place, so something's happened there. And there's Ericsson ghosted, but he's like in 15th place, I think it said. So there's been some kind of incident there, and someone's retired from the race and just collided with Ericsson, which is promoting us up into P8 temporarily. And we've also got a couple of cars in the pits, as you can see on the mini-map, so we are running against some more positions. I think we're going to go up into P6 for the time being, and hopefully that will be quite nice for us during the rest of this race. And we're going to obviously do our pit stop, and then we're going to see how our pace is. But I'm at the P6 now with 7 laps to go, and as we skip later on here, as you can see, we're coming into the pits for our final pit stop at the end of lap 15, and we're probably going to lose a couple of places. We're going to have to try and make them up on the final stint on the fresh tyres. But here we are for the 3rd time this race, coming in for a pit stop, and hopefully Foroku will give us a nice good pit stop, and it's a 2.4, so another good pit stop from the boys there, and that should set us on our way to try and hunt down maybe Verstappen or Grosjean, Verstappen and Ricciardo for some good points this race after that awful mistake we had. And here we are, we're joining the track just behind Romain Grosjean, and we're going to come out just ahead of Danny Kvyat, so we're going to slot into place nicely there. And here we are skipping later on to on the end of lap number 16, and we've got a brilliant run on Grosjean out of Pool, and we're just going to go up the inside off the Vane chicane on the fresh tyres. We're on the fresh options, Grosjean's on the old primes, and it's no comparison, and we're just going to breeze past the Frenchman. And now skipping later on onto that number 18, and we're now behind Ricciardo and Verstappen, so a couple more positions here up for grabs with 4 laps to go, and potentially some more points as we go up the inside of Ricciardo, just like it is Romain Grosjean, and we're going to breeze up the inside of the Fanish chicane on the fresh tyres. And can we get Verstappen also maybe into the Stavlo corner, and we're going to try and go up the inside here, just how we did with Perez a couple of laps ago, and we are going to make the move, and Verstappen just backs out because he knows he's got no chance. And we're also going to pass Will Stevens in the process. A lap con, he gets out of the way nicely there on the right hand side. We're just going to fly past him, and that was pretty much it, guys. As you'll see now, we skip on to the last lap of the race, and not the race we wanted. Rosberg wins, and we're going to come in for a disappointing P6, but I guess after that front wing issue we had, I guess that's not too bad. But more points lost, and it's been a long time since we won a race, which isn't good, but hopefully we can try and pick up the form, because the next race is in Monza and it's a home Grand Prix, and we definitely want to put on a show for the Tifosi there in our home race. But overall, a disappointing Belgian Grand Prix.
Top drive from Nico Rosberg today. The German finished on the top step of the podium with a comprehensive performance.
It was a brilliant performance, and when you drive like that, the feeling of winning is even sweeter.
It was great having you with us for this weekend. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Until next time though, goodbye.
So yeah, guys, that was the Belgian Grand Prix, and a pretty hectic race. We got a bit boring at the start, but it picked up towards the end, and P4 and P6 for Ferrari, so not the best results for us, and it's a Mercedes 1-2, so not good for the championship, and not sort of thing we wanted. But nevertheless, guys, as you've seen the drivers, the top 3 or top 4 car by 22 points, so it's definitely starting to heat up. And I did forget to show you guys the constructors in this video when I recorded it. So that's about it from me, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please subscribe for more daily uploads at 6:30 PM every single day. And yeah, guys, that's it from me, and I'll see you guys next time. So from me, goodbye.